Welcome to a video about the recent story extension with the Dantooine content. I decided to go through some of the story cutscenes and see the differences between the combinations. I unfortunately don't have any dark-sided character up to this point, and the three characters that I mine and are this far in story are the three light-sided. One is a Republic loyalist, the other is a Republic traitor, and the last is an Empire traitor. We will see with some comments when we reach to parts that are repeated what is happening with each cutscenes.
Alright, looks like we've got just about everyone. How are we doing?
Internal security remains solid. I've caught 3 Imperial spies since Ossus. 2 attempted to enlist, and the other presented herself as a merchant seeking new trade relations. Unfortunately, they fled before they could be caught and interrogated about their specific objectives.
It's good to know we're still so popular.
I suppose that's one way of looking at it.
My assets have brought in solid intel from all of the major battles along the front lines. I'll keep forwarding everything to Bay 1 for analysis.
My people are using that intel to create new write-ups for the major field commanders on both sides. Should help us predict strategic probabilities going forward. Until we get a specific request for aid, I've deployed our fleet in a defensive posture around Odessen. Speaking of ships, one of our frigates went AWOL. The crew is ex-Imperial, so we're pretty sure they're heading back home. I can't blame them for not sticking around to fight their old allies, but that ship wasn't theirs to take. How should I deal with them?
Track them down, but stick with your ion cannons. I only want the ship back. Crew members are free to go where they like.
Understood. Once our people have retaken the frigate, they'll drop the crew off at the closest neutral port.
Nothing so dramatic occurring in our science lab. Improvements to Odessen's planetary shields have been successfully completed.
Alright. Hilo?
We've had to step up security for my crews. Piracy is becoming a bigger problem on their runs. Lucky for us, you're friends with Mandalore. Now that word's spread that her people are riding along, nobody messes with our transports.
Good to hear. Anything else?
Me and the crew have been running one of the old Thranta corvettes. We're patrolling the route between here and Zakul. It's bad over there. Some of the city spires have closed themselves off completely. Others are actually taking shots at each other. And those gangsters from the exchange? They're moving in all over the place. Nearly half the provisional government is tied to them somehow. I know they want to go their own way. But Zakul is my home. It's home for a lot of our people. I think we should try to help.
How do you think we could help them?
The most important thing is to get the exchange out of there. The Knights are practically non-existent now. There's no law. I know it's not our place to go after them on Zakul, so let's go after them before they get there. Give me 3 extra ships, and we'll intercept any exchange members we find headed for Zakul.
Well, the character is light-sided and would like to help. I decided that she would be a bit more pragmatic and not believe that an exchange infiltration in the Zakulian power structure would be done through warships or anything like that, but more like infiltrated among passengers and not something that you can deal with army.
Without any muscle or bribes to back them up, they'll crumble.
We're already tied up in one war, Koth. We can't afford to start another with the exchange.
I guess I'll have to deal with it myself.
Sana Ray is touring the reconstruction efforts on Voss, so I believe we're finished.
That's all I have. Good work, everyone.
There was one final matter for you. We received a message from Alec Raynon, a reporter for a Republic news network. He'd like to speak when you have a moment. I've loaded his frequency into your holocom.
Thought we could use a moment alone. Have to say, it feels good to work with the Republic again. We spent so many years dealing with Suresh and people like her. It's easy to lose faith. To forget what we all signed up for in the first place. The Republic might finally be ready to live up to its own standards. I'm glad to be a part of it.
The Republic has a lot to prove before they'll earn my full trust.
Can't blame you there. I'm glad we could talk. I'll catch you later.
We seem to have everyone. Status reports.
Internal security remains solid. I've caught 2.
She may be as better an ally with the Republic, but that doesn't mean that she approves of the Republic injecting spies within the Alliance.
Don't stop looking, just because you found a few spies. Being discovered might have been their mission all along.
Decoys to make us feel like we've won. It's certainly possible. I'll double our efforts.
This is the Empire's version of the crew that abandons the Alliance trying to join the Empire. I like that the alternative for the Empire is this. One of the general's important characters decides to retire instead of making it that another crew of ex-public soldiers decided to try to leave.
One other matter we should discuss now that you're aligned with the Empire again. We've accomplished a lot here. I'm proud to have worked under your command. We've made the galaxy a better place. But I'm also proud of my past. I served the Republic for years. I can't fight them, so I'm retiring. I've recommended a replacement, Commodore Pardax, ex-Imperial. Very sharp. She'll serve you well. Lana's already vetted her, and I'll stick around long enough to get her up to speed.
You've been a huge help to our alliance, Baywan. Thank you for everything you've done.
Thank you for taking a chance on me.
Now we have a bunch of stuff that is identical whatever the combination you have, except that perhaps if you were an Imperial and decided to execute Baywan, then you could have something different with the other characters complaining about your decision and perhaps, I don't know, given the chance to execute some more. So I'm going to accelerate this part until the next piece where I want to comment something or something new happens.
For a lot of our people, I think we should try to help.
How do you think we could help them?
The most important thing is to get the exchange out of there. The Knights are practically non-existent now. There's no law. I know it's not our place to go after them on Zakul, so let's go after them before they get there. Give me 3 extra ships, and we'll intercept any exchange members we find headed for Zakul. Without any muscle or bribes to back them up, they'll crumble.
Sounds like a good plan. The ships are yours, Koth.
Thank you. Gonna enjoy taking those scumbags down.
Sana Ray is touring the reconstruction efforts on Voss, so I believe we're finished.
I'd like to say a few words before we end the meeting.
Yes, Commander?
I want to thank you all for standing by me. We have survived so much, overcome so much. That was only possible because of all of you. The galaxy is as chaotic as ever, but if we stand by one another, we'll find our way through.
You can count on us. There was one final matter for you. Lord Izar, a representative of the Imperial Outreach Division, has asked to speak with you. I've loaded his frequency into your holocom.
Thought we could use a moment alone. I have to admit it's weird fighting against the Republic. Probably should have seen a day like this coming. Somehow I just never did. I get it. They've never once had your back over the years. Suresh brought out the worst of them. Even so, I need to know you're in this to win a war, not to crush my old home into dust.
I can do better than that.
What do you mean?
I'm going to help the Republic win from inside the Empire. I'm a double agent.
After Iokath, I wonder, but... Wow. Okay. You're sure that's a road you want to walk down? I mean, you saw how it went for me. I'll just know that no matter how hard things get, I'm here. I'm with you. Forever. Does Lana know?
She does. No one else, though.
My lips are sealed. Why don't we take a speeder across the canyon, get lost in the woods for a while, have a little adventure, just the two of us?
This conversation happens like this because this character romanced Theron as a way to spy the Malavia Queen before she had the chance to kill him. And I decided that she's going to go along with it. And such a ridiculous animation this game has.
I'll take it as a yes.
This is my main character and the one that I recorded first.
All right, looks like we've got just about everyone. How are we doing?
responds the same way, not just because, as with Kedamisu, she isn't very fond of the Empire sending spies on her, but also because I decided that she could have second thoughts about betraying the Republic. Well, she would do work for an empire's victory as a temporary situation to subvert the empire from within. Now that Asina seems to be more or less a reasonable empress, it's just that she wouldn't have done it in the way that the game forces the character to do it, not as a saboteur but openly, as she openly sided with the empire in the Iokath War expansion.
In a defensive posture around Odessa. Getting Paxton ships in the mix has helped expand our patrols. I never know exactly where they're going to patrol, but they're doing solid work for us.
She still is a light-sided character, and therefore she will give the same answer as Salinthe the Loyalist.
Drop them down, but stick with your ion cannons. I only want the ship back. The crew members are free to go away.
Understood. Once our people have retaken the frigate, they'll drop the crew off at the closest neutral port.
Nothing so dramatic occurring in our science lab. Improvements to Odessan's planetary shields have been successfully completed.
All right. Hilo?
We've had to step up security for my crews. Piracy is becoming a bigger problem on their runs. Lucky for us, you're friends with Mandalore. Now that word spread that her people are riding along, nobody messes with our transports.
Good to hear. Anything else?
Me and the crew have been running one of the old Thranta corvettes. We're patrolling the route between here and Sakul. It's bad over there. Some of the city spires have closed themselves off completely. Others are actually taking shots at each other. And those gangsters from the exchange, they're moving in all over the place. Nearly half the provisional government is tied to them somehow. I know they want to go their own way, but Sakul is my home. It's home for a lot of our people. I think we should try to help.
How do you think we could help them?
The most important thing is to get the exchange out of there. The Knights are practically non-existent now. There's no law. I know it's not our place to go after them on Sakul, so let's go after them before they get there. Give me 3 extra ships, and we'll intercept any exchange members we find headed for Sakul. Not any muscle or bribes to back them up. They'll crumble.
Sounds like a good plan. The ships are yours, Koth.
Thank you. I enjoyed taking those scumbags down.
San Array is touring the reconstruction efforts on Voss, so I believe we're finished.
That's all I have. Good work, everyone.
There was one final matter for you. We received a message from Alec Rainan, a reporter for a Republic news network. He'd like to speak when you have a moment. I've loaded his frequency into your holocom.
Thought we could use a moment alone. Have to say, it feels good to work with the Republic again. We spent so many years dealing with Suresh and people like her. It's easy to lose faith, to forget what we all signed up for in the first place. The Republic might finally be ready to live up to its own standards. I'm glad to be a part of it.
I'm glad you approve.
Plus, Coruscant has way better restaurants than Droman Kos. I'm glad we could talk. I'll catch you later.
This conversation is the same, I think, for both Loyalist and Saboteur, and only changes what you want to change with your answers.
Commander, what a pleasure. Alec Rainan, Republic News Network. Your little comeback has everybody talking. Would you like to join the conversation?
What do you have in mind exactly?
Oh, nothing too formal. You, me, and a friendly conversation about the Alliance and the Republic. I think it would boost morale for people to hear about how you're going to win this nasty old war for us. How about it?
Count me in. Where should we meet?
We film in a studio on Carrick Station. Meet me there when you're ready.
Jonas, did you set up this interview request?
Of course not. But I'll pull some strings. I'll make sure you get a nice big audience. This is a great chance to inspire the people of the Republic. Don't forget to dress sharp.
Greetings, Commander. So good of you to contact me.
How can I help you exactly?
I serve within the Imperial Outreach Division. Specifically, I seek out opportunities to inspire greatness among our noble frontline soldiers. Darth Krovos is giving a speech to our forces gathered at Viken Space Dock in preparation for their deployment. This could be an opportunity to say a few words of your own. Your actions have made you a living legend, after all. Certainty of victory inspires confidence. Hearing that you are out there fighting the same fight they are will undoubtedly instill that confidence in our troops.
What do you want me to say exactly?
Tell them your story. Tell them how your love of the Empire has inspired you. Above all, tell them they will win. We shall await your arrival with bated breath. Safe travels.
Jonas, are you aware of this rally for Imperial troops on Viking space dock?
I've heard about it. Sounds like a great opportunity for you to shake their confidence a bit. No need to risk your cover or anything. Just get them to second guess whether they can win, and stress will do the rest. Let me know if they have decent drinks. I might just sneak in myself.
Commander, what a pleasure. Alec Rain, Republic News Network. Your little comeback is everybody talking. Would you like to join the conversation?
What do you have in mind exactly?
Oh, nothing too formal. You and me in a friendly conversation about the Alliance and the Republic. I think it would boost morale for people to hear about how you're going to win this nasty old war for us. How about it?
I need to know more about the questions you plan to ask.
Really basic stuff. Where you come from, how you saved the galaxy, how you'll save the Republic. Totally boilerplate, I promise. We film in a studio on Carrick Station. Meet me there when you're ready.
NRO2, did you hear about this interview request?
Naturally. This would be an excellent opportunity to weaken Republic resolve. Don't endanger your cover. You need only ensure that your answers leave more doubt than certainty.
Commander, welcome. Follow me and we'll get started. Our studio's just this way.
Live in 3, 2...
Welcome back to Republic News. I'm your host, Alec Rainin. Our guest tonight has led a rather illustrious career as an esteemed member of the Jedi Order. But nowadays, you're simply known as the Commander, leader of the alliance that overthrew the Zakulian Empire, a hero to the entire galaxy. How does it feel to return to the Republic?
The Alliance hasn't officially joined the Republic yet, but we are siding with the Republic in the war.
An important distinction. I think we're happy to have all the allies we can get. Some people in your position might have felt abandoned given the Republic's treaty with Sakul precluded any official support for the Alliance. And despite those difficult circumstances, you remained loyal. You supported the Republic's efforts on Iokath, for example. Why is that?
I could never abandon the Republic. I had to help them, no matter the risk.
As you've proven since then. At the request of Republic personnel, you defended the Jedi colony on Ossus when it came under Imperial attack. It was during that attack that we learned of the survival of Darth Malgus, possibly the Empire's most feared battle commander. How did his reappearance make you feel?
Malgus is dangerous, but we've beaten him before. We can do it again.
Your confidence is reassuring. I'm afraid we're just about out of time, so let's get to the heart of things. The war against the Sith Empire. Can we win?
With the Alliance joining forces with the Republic, the Empire doesn't stand a chance.
I like the sound of that. Any final comments before we wrap up?
The Republic is a place where all the peoples of the galaxy come together to create something greater than ourselves. If we're going to win, we'll do it by working together to bring out the best in everyone.
Inspiring words indeed. Thank you so much to our special guest. I'm Alec Rainin. Good night, and stay strong.
Transmission complete.
Great show. We'll have to bring you back again soon.
Great work, Commander. You looked good, and you sounded even better.
Timing, Commander. Darth Krovos is just finishing up. Follow me.
I can sense the strength in each and every one of you, the passion for victory, and the power to achieve it. At the muzzles of your blasters, at the points of your blades, our ancient enemies shall finally be destroyed. For the Empire! We meet again? It's a pity Zasha couldn't be here to see this day. With your alliance fighting alongside the Empire, victory is within our grasp.
Congratulations on joining the Dark Council.
Thank you. I hope to serve our Empire as ably as you have. They're all yours.
I thought I would follow the non-saboteur but less pro-imperial option, but in the end I decided to see what is the favorite speech, the saboteur option, and it sounds so stupid, so silly, compared with the previous. Probably this I recorded the first of the three. This one, it feels like it was a matter of how much the player is patient to go for that option. The longer you take, the better the character performs the fake flopping of the speech.
Together, we are marching back to war. To fight the Republic, to win. We all know this isn't the first time. We've all had friends or family who have marched this same path and never returned. We've spilled a lot of blood trying to beat the Republic over the years, lost many lives. But I look at all of you, and I see soldiers, warriors, who won't let any of those losses slow them down. We can't give up now. We won't. Empire! 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 Empire!
Thank you, Commander. To your ships! And to victory!
Thank you for your time, Commander. Very enlightening. Let's just step this way.
Nice job. Especially that ending. Wow. They definitely did not leave full of confidence. Well done.
Now this is the message that Mario get from that speech from Professor Ogro. It's kind of funny, and given how the fumble is so clumsy, it fits very well and looks good. I got a chuckle of this.
Commander, welcome. Follow me and we'll get started. Our studio's just this way.
Live in 3, 2...
Welcome back to Republic News. I'm your host, Alec Rainan. Our guest tonight has led a rather illustrious career as an esteemed member of the Jedi Order. But nowadays you're simply known as the Commander, leader of the alliance that overthrew the Zakulian Empire, a hero to the entire galaxy. How does it feel to return to the Republic?
Now with Celiali, I do what I thought for a moment I would do with Kedamisu, which is not do the flopping, but take the choice that feels more real for the character and that is a bit less for the Republic. And I must say that in the end I'm very satisfied with this cutscene for this character.
I never left. Some members of the Republic stepped up and did the right thing, but the government never supported my alliance against Zakul.
That's true. The Republic's treaty with Zakul prevented any official support for the alliance. Is that why you chose to support the Sith Empire on Iokath? Because you felt abandoned by the Republic?
The replies from Celiali are exactly the ones that she would say, the ones I wanted her to say, the ones that reflect truly her decisions and her motivations.
The Sith Empire helped us when the Republic wouldn't. The Supreme Chancellor actually tried to have me killed.
I can see how that might color your views. But you feel differently now, or so your actions since Iokath would seem to indicate. At the request of Republic personnel, you defended the Jedi colony on Ossus when it came under Imperial attack. It was during that attack that we learned of the survival of Darth Malgus, possibly the Empire's most feared battle commander. How did his reappearance make you feel?
Malgus is dangerous, but we've beaten him before. We can do it again.
Your confidence is reassuring. I'm afraid we're just about out of time, so let's get to the heart of things, the war against the Sith Empire. Can we win?
These two questions are answered with the idea that Celiali is having second thoughts because supporting the Empire by betrayal It's not the way she would think she would openly do it. In one of the questions in the first interview, it is clear that it was not that expected that the Alliance should have aligned with the Republic, so why can't the Alliance align openly with the Empire again? That's something the game has not answered in a way that is satisfactory to me. And a part is a bit of doubt because of that, and another is Celiali wanting to give the Republic a chance to see if especially that last makes the Republic change how to things and start to think about the whole galaxy.
That depends on whether we're ready to do everything necessary to win. If we're not, then we might as well give up now.
You don't hold back, do you? Any final comments before we wrap up?
The Republic is a place where all the peoples of the galaxy come together to create something greater than ourselves. If we're going to win, we'll do it by working together to bring out the best in everyone.
Inspiring words indeed. Thank you so much to our special guest. I'm Alec Rainin. Good night, and stay strong.
Transmission complete.
Good show. We'll have to try and put you on a panel next time. That could be really interesting.
Not what I had in mind, Commander. I would recommend avoiding such situations in the future.
Now we see what are the mails that I received by the other characters. Saliente, who did the interview in the completely loyal fashion, except for perhaps the first question, gets this positive reply. On the other hand, Celiali gets the same mail that Kedamisu, despite having done a much better job of not being supportive of the Republic and simply avoiding to be too encouraging to the cause, just giving enough to explain why she is not very keen on the Republic and trying to spur the idea that the Republic has to think of something more than itself and the whole galaxy. It's a bit disappointing. Well, I was expecting that perhaps they would have a third mail for the choice of not being fully into supporting the own faction or doing so badly to discourage the faction and stay more or less in between. Maybe even two mails, one from each faction, one complaining she didn't discourage enough and the other complaining she didn't encourage enough. Regarding the story, this story installment is better than that of Ossus, because the dailies of the Dantooine area distinguish between you being loyalist and saboteur. There are some that are the same regardless because you have to keep your cover, but there are a couple where the end changes to account for your true alliance. Also, if you are a Republic saboteur, you gain reputation with the opposing faction, with the Imperial faction, and if you are an Empire saboteur with the Republic faction, I believe. There is both loyalist and saboteur get the same mails after doing the weekly, but I don't know if that's the same for the Empire side. Probably it is. But with the Empire saboteur I get this mail where the commander thanks you for all the help and says she attaches information on how the operation is being more efficient, but the administration blocks it. Probably it's the same for both sides, for both versions, because the Empire just doesn't want that information to get out of the Empire, no matter if it is to an allied faction. But it might be also that you get a bit different, and this is for the Imperial saboteur a clue that someone within the Empire administration suspects you. I don't know. In any case, I think it's much better than Ossus because of that reason, even if it is a bit shorter because it has far less dailies, the area is much smaller, and has the inevitable problem of a daily area, which is repetitiveness. And that is all of my thoughts. Thank goodbye.